I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon. If you ain't a winner, then don't come round. On my way to another city, it's a touchdown. Underlay, yeah, I gotta get it in a rush now. Let them hate, try to knock me down, but we got up now. You say that you ballin', keep it real though. Ay, why I never saw you in the field though? Ay, I make it look easy, it's a field goal. I've been grinding for a minute and I'm still going. How I fit to be the boss, let me find out my team. Back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon. How I fit to be the boss, let me find out my team ballin'. You look like you need a timeout. I'm a star in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon.
I just ran a checkup on myself. Some days I just have to check up on myself. I'm so icy, got that GG on my belt. Thank the Lord for my people and my health. Lost a lot, but I came out with no else. Thank the Lord for my people and my health. And I'm fine as hell from my head down to my nails. My man tripping cause I got another cell. He still buy me YSL. I could get it by myself. These I could get it by myself. I could get it by myself. These I could get it by myself. I'ma get it by myself. Feel like Ginger from Casino. Aces up my sleeve. Right before I leave, pass that like I'm Eno. Think I'm part Italian. Blame that on Gino. Smells like the medallion. The skin on cappuccino. I don't kiss and tell. Keep your distance from myself. Fettuccine with the snails in a 5-star hotel. And I wish he's well when they wish for me to fail. I might donate petty bills. They can't get it by themselves.
That's why I treat my men good, but not too good. I give them too much, then they don't need it. I give them just
Yeah, I just ran a checkup on myself. Some days I just have to check up on myself. I'm so icy, got that GG on my belt. Thank the Lord for my people and my health. Lost a lot, but I came out with no else. Thank the Lord for my people and my health. And I'm fine as hell from my head down to my nails. My man tripping cause I got another cell. He still buy me YSL. I could get it by myself. These I could get it by myself. I could get it by myself. These I could get it.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, at Heinz Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the San Francisco 49ers and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go now. 15, line it. 15 line. Roll out. Under, rock it. Check.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And right away they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
To throw on second down. Clifford. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Josh Allen, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Back to throw. Clifford. They'll set up a screen for Breida. Finding room at the 30. And he'll take this all the way up to the 38-yard line. A good pickup there at 22.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, it was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. From the gun, Clifford. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Joey Bosa gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Pulled in at the 24. That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
Ready? 70, Indy. 56. Hey, Alpha.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56.
Yo, faster.
Throwing on 1st down. Patterson going right side here, and that's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a 1st down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. On 1st down, Patterson. And this will be caught at the 30. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one good for 37 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
Hey, wahoo!
56.
Get it.
Operating from the gun, Patterson. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. An 18-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0. is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1.
60 outlaws. Out.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
90 in the mic. What's the run?
Rock it. Ready.
Looking to throw. Clifford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed in this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. With that run, double check my math, yes, he has hit 8,000 career rushing yards.
And that's fantastic. That means he's now approaching the top 50 all-time rushers in NFL history. That means he just sped past Terrell Davis, who's in the Hall of Fame. And now he's just got to go ahead and be strong and run hard because he's chasing down Larry Zonka.
On 3rd down, a run from Breida. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you run into big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
On 1st and 10, Patterson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Eric Armstead in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Back to throw. Patterson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A gain there of 21 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Hey, Echo.
56.
Throwing on 1st down. Patterson. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a 1st down.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
56. Mike's 56. Know your job. Mike 56. Mike 56. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
Let's go.
On first down, Patterson. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for him. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Hey, Haywood.
56. Mike 56. Right there. Right there.
Get it.
On first and 10, Patterson. And he's got his man on the out route. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Check that. Mike 56. Mike's 56.
Pilot, 64. Weak. Hit it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else he'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for third down.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety.
22 jet bombers. 22 jet bombers.
Say. Watch twist.
Hey. Snap.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10.
56. Mike 56. Right there. 56.
General West.
Watch the twist. 56 to Mike. 56 is the Mike. Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this.
Buzz.
From the gun, Patterson. And he will find his man on the outside. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Let's go. 70. Indy. Protein spill. Hey, exit.
You got nothing. SOS.
Ready.
Throwing on first down, Patterson. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. From 21 yards away. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Point after try forthcoming. And it's good to make it 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down. The Niners on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
This is Breida. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. A big play there for the Niners. 48 yards on the ground. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
Check. Cross 61. Matchbox lights.
Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up.
Leo.
Check nine.
Right on.
On first and 10, it's Lindsey. And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Here's 2nd and 8. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Devin Bush, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Clifford. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. On is Josh Lambo for the field goal try. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. The kick by Lambo is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
Now after the made field goal, back out Lambo to kick this one off. That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn it.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 26, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, so time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Patterson. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Recon, 132 fighter. Bravo.
36. My 56.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Right there, 56. Check the out, check the out, check the out. 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike.
On third down, Patterson. And he comes back with one complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 36. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. And the tackle there by Quan Alexander.
X3, 218, jump.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Patterson. Wide open receiver complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
1st down and 10 yards to go.
This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Right there, 54, right there.
Hey, high 7.
Looking to throw. Patterson looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
49, check 49, check 49. Greystone, travel. Let's go, get set.
Watch the whip.
Set, go.
On 2nd down now, Bowser. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
On goal-to-goal runs, when you create lost yardage plays, the only way that happens is either called pressure or what I like to call straight-ahead pursuit. A great read, and they get to the backfield and make the play.
And that was a big chunk of yardage lost.
Set, 10 Lobo.
Check 56. Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day, all day. 56.
Hey, Foxtrot.
56. Let's go. 56 to Mike. 56 is
Go.
I got it.
Get it.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Patterson. He may try and run for this. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a 1st down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
And his kick is indeed good, and they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They run again with Breida. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
80 weapons. Hey, Alpha. Ready.
Back to throw. Clifford. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Josh Allen. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Look at me. Door. Check three. Shoot.
Now it's Breida. The 4-yard pickup, that gets him going forward, but still 15 yards left on third down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Back 6'6", bullet high. Hey, Sam off.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. Oh, now Breida loses it. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Good job, D.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Pilot, 64, weak. Hey, orbit. Hey, just five.
Following the fumble recovery, Patterson. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
The reception good for 7. It's third down.
If he's their best threat on offense, use your #1 cover guy on defense. It doesn't matter about size.
They have had him locked up. That just his first catch of the game. Big reason why they're down.
Watch the ship. Check. He's crossing.
Fair. Let go.
Breida will try to right side. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Looking to throw. Clifford. It's caught by Aguilar. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Clifford nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Hey, Zoom. You can't snap.
Back to throw. Clifford completes it to Aguilar.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
The Niners on third down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Looking to throw. Clifford nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Devin Bush able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Check 31.
Ready?
On 4th down, Clifford. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
56. I'm scared.
Hey, echo.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56.
Shoot.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he's got this down to the 35. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. From the gun, Patterson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Eric Armstead, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Back to throw. Patterson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Eric Armstead, make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check.
Looking to throw. Patterson. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A really good pickup of 28 yards. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Jonathan Abram picks it. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed a quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula's not working. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Back to throw. Clifford. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off here the 32. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone.
Operating from the gun. Clifford. Flushed out right. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
Hey, lock it.
Switch. Joker.
Blue draw, Corker. And ready.
2nd and 3. And oh my goodness, what a catch at the 6. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
X3. 218, chop.
From the gun, Clifford. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And it's the Steelers that come up with it. And that should just about do it. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. That one looks like he'll throw here. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this two-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays.
This is caught inside the 15. And now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, they got the tip they were looking for but couldn't secure it, and this one's over. Well, Charles, exciting to the very end. That's what we just saw in this game. Final play there, had it in the red zone, but anytime you're outside of the 10, that's tough trying to draw up a final play to get in, and they couldn't do it.
It certainly is. So what they were looking for was, extra time. Too bad it's not FIFA soccer, right, where you get a little bit of extra and you get a chance to run a couple more plays and maybe get closer and take that last shot into the end zone.
So for Pittsburgh, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3, and they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the 49ers, it's a loss that'll drop them back to 500 through 10 games. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.